Yeah, so the film is called Will You Still Love Me Tomorrow, and it's a Taiwanese film. It's kind of about a family, except it's a very irregular family. The father is actually a gay man who knows that he's gay, but decided to get married anyways. So he has a wife and a kid, and it seems like a pretty happy family, but he kind of has a midlife crisis where he starts to question if he made the right decision 10 years ago. And then that does all sorts of things to the family over the course of about a month. And it's kind of, even though it's a sad subject, it's more of a romantic comedy. So I think it's a pretty different type of family film. I think that it's pretty liberal for Asia. I mean, Asia is a little bit more conservative in general. I don't. It's a debate right now about marriage rights. There isn't legal gay marriage yet, so I think it's interesting that they're having this debate. I don't know what's going to happen, but I know a lot of my friends are very involved in the issue. So for me, I think that eventually Taiwan is an open enough place that it will happen. I don't know if it will happen soon, but it will happen eventually. But overall, I think for most people, it's a pretty comfortable place, even for gay men and women in Asia. I'm glad people don't really think of it as being a gay film or not a gay film. I think they just watch it because I'm not gay, so I didn't really want to make a film that was just so specifically gay or so specifically straight. So I was just trying to make a very universal movie where every character, hopefully, you can identify with, no matter what their background is. So I think most people that watch it, they just look at it as a movie, a kind of comedy movie with a little, some sad kind of love stories in it. And I kind of hope that's what people will watch it for, not so much that they will watch it just because it's gay or not, So in Asia overall, I think we've screened it in Japan, and it's been playing in Hong Kong and Singapore, Taiwan, and in these countries it's been, I think, pretty well received. The only country we can't screen in is China, because China, we couldn't get it into China because of the gay content. Well, I started out as an assistant to a director in Taiwan named Edward Yang. So I worked for him, this was in my early 20s. And then after that, I went to film school in the US, in Los Angeles. And after film school, I started making shorts in Taiwan. And that's how I got my start in Taiwan. And I made a short called May about 6 years ago that helped me get my first feature, which was called Ova Taipei. And Ova Taipei is it's made by someone who seems a lot younger, I think. It's very silly, and all the characters are very young. It's all about young people wanting to leave Taipei. And it's more of a fun kind of comedy film. And the reason I did this film, which is a little bit more serious, is because I think I'm no longer able to make that kind of movie anymore. So this is my first more serious kind of film, I think. Even though it still has comedy in it. I write my own script, so I have kind of an idea of the characters based on, just what I write. But usually it gets so much better when you find an actor that's really, that you really love, that you really want to work with, that gives you more than the script can give you. So I actually look forward to it. Some people don't like actors, I think, because they're a little, you never know what's going to happen with an actor. But I like it because it usually makes the script, what I wrote, I think, a lot more interesting. And on this film, a lot of our actors are pop stars in Asia. So it was also interesting working with people who are quite famous for doing something else, and then turning what they're good at, which is kind of being this celebrity or pop star, into a different character. So I really, really enjoy that process. I don't look at the script as being a finished thing. It's just a kind of a blueprint for the movie. So when I'm shooting, if there's something better, it could be something my photographer says. It could be something an actor says. It could be even something the production designer, the way they did something on the set that I think, oh, this is better than what was written. Then we're pretty open about it. I don't really think that. And I think some directors, the way they like to work is to think everything very precisely, and then follow that and to achieve perfection. I always think it's better to leave a little bit of room, especially for the actors, to find things that you can't find. So a lot of my favorite scenes in the movie weren't written the way they were eventually performed. So some of those are my favorite scenes. So I think that for me at least, I like leaving that room. So I never try to force anyone to do exactly how it was written, unless it's not working. And then maybe we go back to the script as a backup. But usually, if it's a good actor, I think they can always make the script better. My favorite Woody Allen movie is probably Manhattan, and I watch that movie a lot. Even every time I write a script or start to shoot a movie, I watch Manhattan over and over again. So that's a big one. And then I'm trying to think. I love this Taiwanese film called Yi. That was made by a teacher of mine, a mentor of mine. So that's also a film that I watch over and over again because I just love the way that film captures life. There's something about the appreciation for art here that seems like it's still quite strong. So it's nice to see. Yeah, it's not like that in everywhere else in the world right now. So
How is it in Taiwan?
Taiwan's okay. I mean, there's definitely a small circle of people who are very much into theater and performance, films, but it's small. It's very small in Taiwan. And then in America, it's really tough because unless you live in New York or basically just New York, where you really have a lot of cultural. Other big cities in America, I don't think it's that.
People download things.
Not so much, yeah. And then the other problem is that the government doesn't support arts at all in America. In Taiwan they do, but in America there's almost no support. So I think that also makes it tough. Oh, I'm writing a road movie right now that takes place in China. So hopefully I'll shoot that sometime next year, hopefully, yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Looking forward.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for your interview.
No problem, yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.